Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport shooting, 2017. A mass shooting took place at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport in Broward County, Florida, United States on January 6, 2017. The incident occurred near the baggage claim area in Terminal 2, resulting in the loss of 5 lives and injuries to 6 individuals. Additionally, approximately 36 people were hurt during the ensuing chaos. Esteban Santiago Ruiz, who had flown to the airport from Alaska, carried out the shooting using a Walther PPS 9mm semi-automatic pistol. He was swiftly apprehended by a deputy from the Broward County Sheriff's Office, BSO, within 85 seconds of initiating the attack. The entire shooting episode, from its commencement to its conclusion, lasted approximately 70 to 80 seconds. Subsequently, Santiago was diagnosed with schizophrenia and opted to plead guilty in order to avoid the possibility of facing the death penalty. On August 17, 2018, he was sentenced to 5 consecutive life sentences plus an additional 120 years in prison. Istanbul Ataturk Airport attack, 2016. The Ataturk Airport incident, which involved both shootings and suicide bombings, took place on June 28, 2016, at Ataturk Airport in Istanbul, Turkey. Armed individuals equipped with automatic weapons and explosive belts launched a coordinated assault at the international terminal within Terminal 2. This attack resulted in the deaths of 3 assailants and 45 other individuals, while more than 230 people sustained injuries. Following the attack, Turkey Blocks, a monitoring group, reported widespread internet restrictions affecting both incoming and outgoing media communications across the entire country. According to media reports, Turkish officials suspected that the 3 attackers originated from Russia and Central Asia. These officials stated that the attackers were affiliated with the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, ISIL, and had entered Turkey from areas controlled by ISIL in Syria. Some analysts speculated that the attacks might have been linked to increased pressure exerted by Turkish authorities against the ISIL group. Notably, no group or individual claimed responsibility for this tragic incident. Brussels Airport bombings, 2016. On March 22, 2016, in Brussels, Belgium, the Islamic State, IS, orchestrated 2 synchronized acts of terrorism. These involved 2 suicide bombers who triggered explosives at Brussels Airport in Zaventem and another who detonated a bomb aboard a train departing from the Maelbeek metro station in central Brussels. The attacks resulted in the loss of 32 lives and left over 300 individuals injured. 3 of the assailants lost their lives as well. A third attacker at the airport fled without activating his bomb, which was later discovered during a search of the facility. Meanwhile, a second attacker in the metro also fled, taking his bomb with him. The Islamic State claimed responsibility for these horrifying events. The individuals responsible for these acts were part of a terrorist cell previously linked to the November 2015 Paris attacks. The Brussels attacks occurred shortly after a series of police operations aimed at targeting this group. Following the bombings, the Belgian government declared 3 days of national mourning. These attacks marked the deadliest assault on Belgium since World War II. In December 2022, 10 men accused of involvement in the attacks faced trial in Brussels. 6 of them were found guilty of charges related to terrorism, including murder and attempted murder, while 2 were convicted of engaging in terrorist activities. Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, shooting, 2013. In November 2013, a lone gunman opened fire in Terminal 3 of LAX, killing a Transportation Security Administration, TSA, officer and injuring several others before being apprehended by law enforcement. Paul Ciancia, the gunman responsible for a violent rampage at Los Angeles International Airport in 2013, was sentenced to life in prison for his premeditated attack on federal officers. The attack resulted in the death of a Transportation Security Administration, TSA, officer, Gerardo Hernandez, and left 3 others injured. Ciancia had initially faced the possibility of the death penalty but had pleaded guilty to murder and other charges earlier, leading to the life sentence. During the sentencing, Ciancia gave an unusual and mostly unapologetic account of his motives, expressing anger towards the TSA and claiming that he had wanted to make a statement. Despite his apology to one of the wounded victims, Brian Ludmer, who criticized Ciancia's bizarre sense of remorse, the attacker showed little remorse for the attack. The attack at LAX in 2013 was a targeted act of violence against TSA officers, reflecting Ciancia's fixation on them despite their unarmed status and limited authority. Ciancia's handwritten note, discovered after the attack, revealed his resentment towards the TSA and a desire to harm its workers. The sentencing, which mandated a life term without the possibility of parole, underscored the gravity of the crime and the impact it had on the victims and their families. Ciancia's mental health issues and lack of remorse were discussed during the court proceedings, and the judge recommended that he be placed in a medical detention facility in Minnesota to receive psychiatric treatment.